Welcome to Straight Outta Scripture, a nod to my West Coast roots and a daily dive into who God is and to who we are in Him. Today we're going to discuss the fact that God is a Redeemer. I want to talk to you about a truth that brings incredible comfort and profound hope to me, the idea that there is no mistake that we can make that God cannot fix. Because we live in a world that is often demanding of perfection, from social media to the workplace, being bombarded with the expectation to get everything right, we're taught to live in fear of failure, to avoid mistakes at all costs. But what if I told you that our mistakes are not the end of our stories? What if instead they are opportunities for growth, learning, and ultimately transformation? Each of us carries the weight of our past, moments we wish we could erase, choices that haunt us, and failures that make us question our worth. It's easy to fall into a trap of believing that we are defined by our mistakes. But here's the truth: God sees beyond our failures. He doesn't define us by our missteps, He defines us by His love and grace. In the book of Romans, we are reminded that all things work together for the good of those who love God, who are called according to His purpose. This is not just a comforting phrase, it's a profound declaration of hope. It means that even in our most significant blunders, God can weave something into a greater purpose. God specializes in taking our brokenness and turning it into something beautiful. Think about the fact that the very act of creating something often involves imperfection. An artist may start a rough sketch, a writer may draft pages of ideas that never make it to the final cut, and a musician may play countless notes before hitting the right ones. Our lives are similar. Mistakes are not just obstacles, they are essential steps in our journey. And here's the amazing part: God doesn't just overlook our mistakes, He redeems them. He takes them from ashes of our failures and transforms them into something meaningful. I want you to consider the stories of individuals throughout history that have experienced transformation. People like Moses, who doubted his ability to lead, and Peter, who denied Christ 3 times. Their mistakes didn't disqualify them, they became part of their testimony, and God used their failures to accomplish His divine purposes. When we understand that we cannot make a mistake too great for God to fix, we can approach life with courage. We no longer need to live in a fear of failure. Instead, we can embrace our journey with authenticity, and it allows us to take risks, to try new things, and to live life fully, knowing that even if we do stumble, we are met with grace. This perspective also invites us to extend grace to ourselves and others. We often hold ourselves to impossibly high standards, but imagine how different our relationships would be if we recognize that everyone is on a journey filled with imperfections. When we understand that God can fix mistakes of others, we become more compassionate and forgiving. We learn to walk alongside one another, encouraging growth rather than judgment. As we navigate our lives, let's remember that God is not merely a distant observer, He is actively involved in our stories. He walks with us through every high and low, ready to guide us back when we veer off course. And our mistakes do not separate us from Him, they draw us closer to His heart. So today, I want to encourage you to release the fear of making mistakes. Embrace the truth that God is bigger and He can fix any of our blunders. Let go of the weight of your past and step into the freedom that comes with knowing you are loved unconditionally. You are not defined by your failures. You are not defined by your faults. You're only defined by the one who can turn those failures into something beautiful. So, in closing, remember that there is no mistake you can make beyond the reach of God's redeeming love. You are cherished and you are valued and you are capable of transformation. Trust in the God who can fix anything, and let that truth guide you forward in courage and hope. I hope you guys enjoyed the message for today, and I will talk to you soon. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and God bless you.